Welcome back to our off-grid property here in North Idaho. If you're new to the channel, my wife Courtney and I have spent every single day for the last year and a half working on building this 30 by 40 post-frame building with an upstairs apartment. This fall has been spent with doing lots of outside projects in preparation for winter, including building this deck right here that doubles as a carport. But as you can see behind me, winter is now fully here, which means that we can finally get back to the thing that I have been dreaming about now for a year and a half, which is having a finished workshop.
You guys, I cannot believe that we're finally working on finishing the inside of the shop. Riley worked late the last couple nights. He was a trooper. He got all of our plumbing done, which is definitely his least favorite thing to do in the whole world. So I know that that feels good to have done. We have a couple more things we need to do before we can actually put our paneling on the walls and our drywall on the ceiling, and that includes running our air lines for our plasma table and our air tools.
While there are some super cool specialized air plumbing kits available out there, I decided to go with just standard PEX V tubing. It's rated for 160 PSI, it's inexpensive, and the fittings are available locally. All right, first one terminated. I put a drop your leg here on the wall where we're gonna eventually stub it out with either brass or copper and then an air chuck.
What's in there, Bubba? It's just plumbing fittings.
With the air plumbing all roughed in, now it's time to work on the last plumbing piece before we can start finishing out the interior.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, it's nice out here.
Kind of wish we were working outside right now. Well, we are. Oh, there's your holes.
Sweet. Look at that, my math works. So this is a frost-free hydrant, and basically this gives us a hose spigot, but rather than the valve being right here on the outside, the valve is way back here so that it can't freeze at the valve and break. And that means that this is gonna have water available all winter long. But not only is it a frost-free hose spigot, it's also a hot-cold mixer, so we'll be able to have hot water outside for like pressure washing off equipment or washing the dogs. Or I had a pretty hard time finding this exact thing. I even was trying to make my own version of this, and then it turns out that it already exists. So I'll put a link to this down below.
Wow.
Bam! Just like that. A little bit of framing to support that and some plumbing and we're done.
What if I want to stand outside for a second?
Too bad we have work to do. This may seem kind of like a silly thing, but we haven't had a way to hook up a hose outside or really any water other than the kitchen faucet upstairs ever here. So this is going to be a huge deal to be able to just like fill up a bucket of water or wash my hands off. All right, well, to get supplies from town, we're gonna need to use the trailer, and the trailer is absolutely buried in snow. Step one, shovel it off.
Well, everything takes longer in winter. We both got down the hill, we switched the trailer over to my car, and now we can head into town. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you like? No, I wasn't saying you were beautiful.
Oh, I thought you were saying my hitch job was beautiful, which, I mean, it is.
Yeah, but I was talking about that.
Oh, wow. That's really pretty.
Okay, you guys, we made it with 10 minutes to spare. We were able to get everything loaded up, and the lumber guys even loaded the drywall for us. How do we get them to also come install it for us?
So we'd like to thank EcoFlow for sponsoring today's video, and we've been using EcoFlow products around the property now for almost a year, and they've been awesome. They've allowed us to do all sorts of work, but today's going to be a little more of a fun use of this thing.
The goal is to somehow get lights and ornaments on this tree.
I'm pretty excited about these. I bought a 23-foot extending painting pole, and we're going to try to use this to get the lights up.
I think you start with lights at the bottom and then work your way up as far as they'll make it.
I think you start at the top. So let us know in the comments what you think. Do you start decorating a tree at the top or at the bottom?
Which way are we starting?
Oh, I think we're gonna start your way, because you're usually right. Okay, maybe Courtney's right, because the way they wind them on the spool is even with the bottom part. So much of our life up here revolves around like physically working to finish projects or accomplish things. And so a project like this, where it really has no purpose, it's just for fun, is a really good break for me. So thank you, Courtney, for indulging me on this one. I'm having a lot of fun.
I just had the realization we should probably make sure the lights work before we keep putting them up.
Oh, good idea.
I'm gonna hit the button.
Yep.
Hey,
all right. Oh my gosh, this is gonna look like a tacky, magical winter wonderland.
Fully charged, this could run the light for 10 hours. We're actually gonna be using one of our larger boxes to power it long term, but that's still really impressive.
That's really cool.
Okay, and before I forget, I'm gonna test the final strand too. Okay, back at it.
Okay. Now we're up on the deck, and we're gonna try to keep stringing them from up here where I can get a little bit closer.
I'm so glad we built a deck so you can hang Christmas lights.
The first goal is to not fall off the deck. Maybe that's the second goal. Brace myself against this.
Oh my gosh, you're so close. Oh!
Oh, yeah!
Got it!
Woo!
No Christmas tree would be complete without ornaments.
Big balls call for big hooks. Curly question cue.
Yep.
I think you do the honors.
It's working.
Very pretty. And now it's time to get some power hooked up to these lights. Rather than running power all the way out to that tree to power up those Christmas lights, we're going to be using our Delta 2 inside this waterproof tote. This Delta 2 has become my go-to portable power station because with a 2000 watt inverter, it's capable of powering pretty much any appliance or tool that I would ever need to use. It's small, lightweight, and portable, but it also has a 1000 watt hour battery, meaning that it lasts a long time. Plus then for times like this when we need extended runtime, we can add the extra battery to double the Delta 2's capacity. Okay, place your bets. How long do you think the Delta 2 and the extra battery will be able to run these lights? We're on.
Oh.
So with the extra battery, we'll be at 60 hours of runtime on these lights. So if we run them for 3 hours a day, it's gonna last all the way till Christmas. Who said you can't have Christmas lights off grid? Now all we have to do is wait for the sun to go down and stay tuned for our tree lighting party. We're hoping that by the end of today, we'll have the last of the drywall done in the shop. We're putting drywall up here on the ceiling. That'll give us a layer of 5/8 fire drywall between the shop and the apartment. However, before we can do that, we also need to finish the insulation. So last winter, every time we had extra space in the car, we'd haul up one bundle of insulation and we got partway done. So we got enough to finish the rest of it. We're gonna wrap up the insulation and get to drywalling. No, we bought 24-inch wide pieces. We need 16-inch wide pieces. We bought the wrong thing. Which means that we're gonna have to cut every single one of them. I was getting ready to head back to the store, return all this insulation, buy all new stuff, and Courtney suggested that we try the turkey carver knife. Let's see if we can slice them in half, so give it a shot. That's working. That worked really well. For the record, this turkey carver knife has never actually carved a turkey. We've used it on all kinds of stuff, including memory foam mattresses, padding, cushions. We've been putting off finishing this insulation for over a year now because I just didn't want to do it. And I feel pretty silly now because I think that only took us about 30 minutes and now it's done.
I'm a little bit itchy, but I also know that I'm gonna get really itchy with the drywall right now, so let's just keep going.
If we could get all these miserable tasks done, then they'll be done. This was lent to us disassembled and now we need to figure out if we can put it together. Ah, that's cool. Okay.
A huge thanks to Marty and Julie Johnson for lending us their drywall lift. If you guys haven't watched their channel, I'll put a link down below to Martin Johnson Off-Grid Living. They're also building up here in North Idaho. And I think, thank you for lending us your drywall lift, except that does mean we're doing drywall.
No big deal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Dude. Okay, so that lets you tip it.
I was feeling a bit confident with our new drywall lift, so we opted for the 12-foot sheets because it means less butt joint taping for me. I hope we don't regret this because they're really heavy. Okay, wish us luck. Mostly me.
First, yeah.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
That was easy. I've been lifting
What-
deck boards.
No, you can only drive it one direction.
Wait, what are you supposed to do about those things?
Oh, we can flip them down right now.
Oh. How much?
Up, up. And then that's it.
That was awesome.
That was amazing. And yeah, 12-foot sheets are now my new favorite because that was easy.
Wow. Okay, could we put some screws in it?
I like just hanging out under it and admiring it. Sweet.
One down?
9 to go.
All right. Whoops, we put it upside down. We are cruising.
6 sheets down, only 4 to go.
We're gonna keep pushing and we're gonna try to get this all done tonight, because if we can get the drywall done tonight, that means that we get to do the wall paneling tomorrow and then we're done.
What I think is crazy is how much bigger this space where we already have the drywall up already feels. And once we get the wall paneling up, this entire space is just gonna feel way brighter and way bigger.
So we're gonna keep cruising. We do need to cut some bolts though.
Turns out these bolts right here on this post bracket are right in the way of the drywall.
Okay, you guys, it's the last sheet going in. Here we go.
We're done, finally, with all of the drywall in this entire building.
I'm so happy with how much we got done today. I cannot believe that we got all of the sheets up. I'm exhausted. We're gonna stop there for now, and tomorrow we'll be back with you guys to get all of our wall paneling on.
And the magic fairy's gonna come through and tape all these joints and make this drywall look pretty, because I am certainly not going to. Is it time?
I think so. It's looking pretty dark out there. Boone, you ready to light the tree? It's a tree lighting party.
We invited all of our favorites, our dogs. One of the things I'm most excited about with these Christmas lights is to get to use the EcoFlow Smart app. So through the Smart app, I can select the Delta 2 that we have them hooked up to. And then from here, I'll be able to monitor the charge level of the Delta 2 as well as turn the lights on and off from anywhere in the world.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
On. Wow. Right now, EcoFlow is running their biggest sale of the season with up to 50% off your order. So if you'd like to learn more about the entire lineup of EcoFlow products, head to the link in the description below and make sure to use the code AMBITION8 at checkout for an additional 8% off your order. And thanks again to EcoFlow for sponsoring this video. Now that the drywall's up and all of the wiring and plumbing is complete, we can finally put this plastic back. We folded that up months ago when we first started the wiring in here.
Feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky. I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn. And I hope I've seen enough.
It's time to put the first sheet of metal up, and I am so excited.
To make something right. And make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking.
Hey!
Wow!
One panel down.
Caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my
All of the tedious stuff, the wiring, the plumbing, the electrical stuff, the trim work, it all seems like it just takes forever. But now that we're putting sheets up, I mean, look at that. One wall's already done, and we can just keep going down this wall.
want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
Last piece. Bam!
That looks good. There are still lots more loose ends to wrap up, like finishing the drywall and the electrical. I think it's time for something ceremonial that means a lot to both of us, which is moving the plasma table into place.
Our tools are finally gonna have a permanent home.
We have moved this plasma table 5, 6 times.
To different shop spaces and garages and rental spots, and
And it's finally time to hopefully put it in its final resting place.
so let's do it.
This has been a year and a half, 2 years in the making, and it feels so surreal that we're moving tools into place.
I mean, guys, we started by clearing trees so that we could build a shop, so that we could build an apartment, so that we could put a power system in, so that we could, and it's finally here. The tools are finally in their final home.
Which is, it's amazing on so many levels because we haven't had a proper shop to build things in years, and we love building things.
You guys have already caught some sneak peeks in the last few episodes, and we have a really fun project that we're about to get started on in here, so stay tuned.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.